1, 2. Never fun. Alright, so spawn here. Doing some more. Okay. Doing some more. Guess it already restored. GPU is maxed out. GPU is all the way up there. How's that? I've never seen my GPU be this high. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, so let's log in. Username is not a username. Wrong username. What the hell happened here? Oh, username is not a username. Please sign up. Okay, let's sign me up again. Let's see what's happening. So I'm gonna sign up. So I'm signing up. So let's see what happens. So I'm gonna sign up. Okay, looks like I'm logged in. Alright, I'm logged in. But yesterday we had some errors here that we need to take care of. We need to get rid of all of this red that we see here. So all of the red. Today must go. And then from there maybe we can continue to other things. But mind you, we need to figure out why we have error. So first error I see, okay, I'm gonna get rid of firstly all of this this white stuff here. It should be easy to do that. I'm going to get here and so we have to check the heart. Where is it? So this is saying this is on user account.js. So this is the file 20 user account JS. So this will be in the user. This will be in the user stuff. User. Oh, it's not even there. So it means it might be here. User account. So it's in the user account. So now we go find a line in 20. We're just gonna remove this, comment it out so that it doesn't show up. And then there was another one that we saw. Is account 87. Go down to 87, remove this, let's comment that out. Let's go to the next one. Let's see what is happening. Heart 68. 68 there. So go ahead, find it. Heartbeat 68. There's 68 and find another. So we console logging. So we're just removing this stuff on the console that we were logging to see if it works, if we're getting something back. Heartbeat. Heartbeat 38. Line 38. Line 38. Let's go to line 38. Comment this out so that doesn't show up. Line 38, employee schedule, line 11. That's employee schedule, line 11. So we gotta find the employee schedule. Employee schedule, line 11. Line 11. Remove that. Okay. Now when we refresh, we shouldn't see it. Okay, we still see something in line 38. Let's hard refresh. So we're gonna go empty cache, and then it should be gone. There you go. Okay, so now it's gone. So now we're seeing the stuff that we were seeing before. So now first error that we have says team not found, so it makes it an error or deleted. This is in shift in out data line 40. So let's go to line 40 and then let's see shift. What's that? Shift should be in here. Shift in data, that one. Now we should be able to find it in line 40. Okay, so this is where the chaos is happening. So now we just need to figure out. Basically, we just error with console logging like an error. So it's a console error. So we're putting an error there. I don't want to see red, so I'm gonna put a warning. Put a warning instead of an error, so that at least we don't see it as an error. It shouldn't be alarming. So it's gonna be orange now, or yes. So now we have team not found, orange, which is fine. We didn't find the team, so that's okay. Because this is a new user, the user doesn't have a team yet. So now let's see the next one. So our next one is let's move this in so you can see some of the shit. So our next one is type error cannot be property of undefined. Okay. Shift utility 137. Shift utility 137. So looking for shift utility. Should be shift utility. Shift utility. I cannot find it. I can't remember where it is. There you go. Employee. So it's employee shift utility. Line 137. 137. So go to 137 and see if we can find it there. All the way down there. 137. Okay, we have to look at that error again. Shift type utility. Shift type. So it's in shift type. So it's in here. Shift type utility 137. Okay. Basically, it's saying the shift data is not. We don't have it. So we will actually log this out and see what we have there. So I'll try and log it. See if we see something. Okay, that was supposed to do it. So still refreshing. I come with the okay, so that's undefined. Maybe we need to figure out why this is showing undefined here. So if this says undefined, we need to find out why the hell it's saying that. So let's see if we can figure that out. Getting hot. Small little tip. Why that is saying undefined. So undefined. So this is bringing nothing. So shift type. So we need to find where. Okay, so we are fetching the shift types. It looks like the shift types are coming back with nothing, which is true. There should be nothing coming back since this user doesn't have a team yet. So yes, there's no team, so user, that's what I'm bringing that. So coming nothing. So it returns nothing. Let me see. Okay, so this is nothing. You bring it in here, then you return data, but there's no data. So pass data is nothing. So we should say, if we don't know, if there's no, or let's say if there is pass data, then so if there is pass data, return pass data to data. But now else, which doesn't really need to be else, it can just be, well, in the else, just return pass data, because now this should come with that error, or just tell us what the hell is going on. So this is gonna return that. Also, want to do the same thing here. Okay. Actually now it should be fine. You can just return now, even here. If we don't have that, just return now. Now should not give us an error. It should just know. See, there's nothing in this. There's nothing in this returning this response. We went to find it and we found nothing. So like nothing. Okay, you still get that. So let's try returning the data and see if there's no data. We're just gonna return nothing, like an empty array. So we're gonna return an empty array to go back, and should not cause an error. Should just say this is empty. Yes. Shut. Great. So now we don't have any red showing up here, which is what we wanted. So now this user of ours should now have a team. So we should now continue with our user. Okay, so we have a new user in this shift scheduling system. This user doesn't have a team. This user haven't joined any team. So the user's gonna, if I was a manager of some kind of a department and I wanna add all my team members in this shift scheduling system, I have to create a team first, right? But there's another thing that I wanted to try and do, so that when you come in and you don't have a team, you are not allowed to go through the other stuff. But I want to see what's the worst that could happen if, let's say, you don't have the other stuff. So you shouldn't be able to clock in because you don't have a team, because this needs to go to the team table. So you can't clock in. Yeah, actually you are clocked in, but I guess it doesn't have any information from that. If I refresh the page, it shouldn't have anything still, because yes, you are teamless. You don't have a team. If you go to the calendar, there's nothing in here. We're in August, so in August there are no shifts in there. So meaning you don't have a team. Okay, anyway. So now you have to create a team. That's the first thing that you need to do. So we're gonna go through this. We're gonna find errors and then let's see if we can fix them. If we find some errors in this. So what are we gonna call our team? Okay, I wanna try and log in again as the user. Cause it was so user login. Yeah, I knew there were problems. I knew this user. There's lots and lots of problems. So now let's see what's going on. Submachine table user doesn't exist. And this user does not exist. No table that doesn't exist. Okay. Let's see what we are talking about here. Let's see what we are talking about. So the user does not exist. I knew this user was like that. I knew this user will cause problems. Well, let's find out. So table user profile doesn't exist in there. Okay, we know that. In model, okay. So let's go to our login page, login folder, login code. There must be something in here that is causing all these problems. So this says it's at this model 960 63, but this comes from a function that was called from 67 login code. So we go login code 67. So 67, see, 67 is calling that. So now when we get there, we need to tell this that no, you can't. Okay, so first things first, I'm using a PDO object here. I am not using a connection one. So when I use a PDO object, and then let's go find login model. That's 63. So there, 63 is where our problem is. So okay, I see. So we have to change this and make it PDO. So we have to make this PDO instead of con. So make that PDO instead of con. Damn, what the hell happened? This whole thing is con. Oh, okay. So it's nothing much. We're just selecting. So we are selecting a user, and then we want to bring the user back. So it's gonna steal that. Go down here. Where is that again? 63 here. So we want. So we're gonna select from user profile where lowercase email. Just have to make sure we don't have a problem. Lowercase email is equals to I'm gonna put it delete this lowercase email, right? And then our email is here and there, and then we're gonna fetch the results, put the results in the user, and then return them. And return the user. So maybe we just return it in there, and then if we find nothing, we return now, so meaning there's nothing. Yes, and then we should be able to now get rid of this one. So now we are saying if you don't find anything, return null, so that this should not give us errors now. So let's just refresh. It should resubmit the form. PDO 61. It doesn't know what PDO is in 61. 61, because I am not accepting PDO, the object here, the PDO object. So now, there you go. I am logged in. Okay. So we're gonna have to try and do the same thing again. Z-pins, Where the Z-pins are 40. I want to log this user out again now. So I want to go full screen, and then let's log him. Let's log this user out, log out, and then log in again, because we have to make sure these things work. So we have a user, login, user login, no problems. Okay. Okay, cool. For now, creating a team. So okay, so I'm just gonna call it what, blind something. The blind team. I can just say that, right? Blind team. Blind team. So that's our team. That's our team. So let's make it like this, so some people from somewhere else can see. Okay. Blind team. We'll create. Oh, actually. Oh yeah. So there's join team here, and then create team there. So we need to change this to create team. So copy that, and then change this to create team. So now we're creating a team. Maybe we should color code it, so team be different color than, join team be different color than create team, so you can see where you are. But anyway, you need to now create a team. So our team name is blind team. So we will save this. If we see any errors, we want to fix them. Okay, we have a team and we have error. We have an error, so we will have to fix that error. But we have a team. So if you look at the top here, we have a team. This is our team. This is our team. This shows our team. This is the code for our team. So with this code, you can copy the code and then send it to your team members, so team members can register on the website and join the team. So right now we just have to figure out why do we have these errors. So that's our job now. So we have fetch error syntax. Okay, we just have to find out where that is. That's in schedule 41. So schedule 41, we go to schedule 41, go to our folder with all the schedule in the JavaScript folder, the JS folder, find schedule. Oh, our schedule. So we're gonna find schedule. We must delete these other ones. We don't need them. They were for schedule. So let's find the schedule, and now let's figure out why do we have problems with this. So it says 41, right? Find 41. So line 41. Okay, so this is where the problem is. So here is where the problem is. So this is fetching. So we're fetching from fetch schedule. PHP return back. We need to find out what this is telling us. So we have to change this to text so we can read it. And then log the data. So now we're going to put this in the console so we can see what this is. But we also want to change it, so I have to change this to variable, so we can be changed. Because if you leave it at constant, as constant, it will not allow you to put a new value in there. Okay, so right now this should console to the log, should log to the console and tell us what are we getting back. Tell us. Okay. So fatal error, you have an error in SQL, check the manual. Okay, so something is wrong. I guess it's just the loading model 61. We were there just now, right? Probably not. Anyway, loading model 61. Checking manual for this near email. Headline 1 in that. Okay, so that's the. Oh yeah, so this is the one that we just changed, which means because that was a function, so that function, this function comes from multiple places. The function comes from multiple places, so this function is being called by a lot of people. A lot of people are calling the functions, and now we need to so as you can see, we keep sending to that function, so now we need that, so we need to change this to PDO, so to a PDO object. I'm pretty sure that's the problem. So problem is connecting. Oh, there, yes. So we just need to change that from con to PDO. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I have to make it open like this, so you can see. Let's just move it in like this, so you can see something, right? So here we've changed that. We have to change this to PDO. This is fine. This is, oh yeah, this is the first one we did. This is the function. Change this to PDO. Right. Change that, because this is gonna cause a lot of errors. It's gonna error us to death. We will see errors everywhere. So this needs to be PDO, because we're calling that same function, and we've just changed it from a connection object to a PDO object, a PHP database object. So now we should be happy now. That should just work with no problems. With no problems. Okay, we're lagging. Yeah. Alright, so I think I'm gonna kill one of my streams because my computer is suffering. I need to figure out a way to use my second computer to stream, which is something that we can do. Should be easy. So okay. It's alright. I'm gonna cut this. I just can't continue. Can continue with you. We are still off. We have to close this. Is that what it's saying? Oh, and let's just stop that. because now, okay, now should be better. Okay, so yeah, so hey, streamer, I'm streaming from OBS to the TikTok Live Studio application. So now, so so now my graphics card is maxed out. It doesn't know. It's unable uh, to work. So I was lagging a little bit. So right now I've just stopped one of the streaming services, and then we can continue. Then I'll figure out how to get my stream from here accepted on my other computer, and then stream from there as well. So yeah, uh, so I bought, but it's alright. Alright, Stoyenda. Maybe I also put it on the stream, so we can figure it out together. Mina nani, we can figure out how we can stream from this PC to the other PC, so that we share my resources, because the CPU was struggling here trying to stream from OBS and also sending to the TikTok Live Studio application, and then streaming out from there too. So it was a lot, but so I bought. Okay, let's go back to it. So right now we do not have an error, so this is good. No errors. So we're gonna remove that. We don't need to see it anymore. Yes, see. Ooh, bah. Okay, good. Also gonna remove this one. Maybe a bit later. Alright, so now we have a team, right? So this is our team. This is our team right there, or blind team. It has a code. I can send it to other team members. They can join. You can also join. You can actually just grab it from here and then join the team. So you just have to go to sss.blind.co.za. If you go there, you'll be able to actually join this team. It's a test team. We're just testing, so you can join the team and now have a lot of team members, and then we can then create shifts. So anyway, right now that we have a team, we have to go to so we can open this and see what the icons are saying. So it's one icon. So team members, if we got team members, we only have one team member, which should be me, right? Wondering why this team member is not showing my name. I'll try to refresh, but there must be, my name should be there, because I'm a team member, and I'm also an administrator of this team, so I should be here. I know I can change this color for this team member. Change this color for this team member, which in turn should change. Yeah, I should keep the color, but I think that's just yeah, it does change. Was this the color? I don't think so. Okay, let's go to green. Or should we let's do blue. Go in here, let's do blue. Okay, but I need to figure out why we don't have a name for this team member. So let's find our team members. So now I'm gonna copy this. This should help me find out. But I know I just have to go to team script. Should be this one. Team manager. Yeah, this should be it. So this one, creator, which is me, and then data. This should have. So we're just gonna console log that, and then you can see. So I have to console log this so I can see why I don't have a name in that member. My name should be there. So there you go. So I come back. This is the team, but the team member does not have a name, ID, active team. We'll get to that. Wait, this is the team, and I'm the administrator of the team. Yeah, so that's fine. This is working because we can see the team. So we have a team. We just need to figure out why we don't have a name for this team member. So I was gonna search it via this name because I know we have this name somewhere. We're putting this name somewhere. So team member. Yeah, so now we need to find this. Okay, that's not it. Team member color, yes. So this is where we are. So our table, yes, we need to find this. To find where we populate the team and figure out why. Okay, so this is where we populate the team. So here we have team members, which there's no members. Okay, so I'm fetching team manager data. Yes, I'm the team manager, so this is fetching my data. So let's see, team manager data. We have to log the team manager data here. Team manager. Ithi ngubani? Who are we getting from there? So user does not exist. So okay, so it takes my email and tries to find me in that user profile table, but then it doesn't find me. I'm not there. So it goes to this fetch team member manager, which it's a function that fetches the team manager. So now I have to go here. Okay, so we got the team manager for fetch team manager data. So we have to now syntax error. So let's figure out what that syntax error is from. So this is coming back, so let's console log that. Console log this. Close that, close all of this. It's not helping. Close all of that. This. Okay. So team manager, I wanna remove that because it's causing chaos. So okay, let's spawn again. So I still expect to see an error, and then we need to figure out what this error is about. So we come back. This should bring an error, yes. So let's clear history here, and then let's refresh. Let's see. I have an error. Base table of view not found. User is not in that table. In that table doesn't exist. User doesn't exist. Okay, let's figure out why this is not bringing back what we need. So that's there. Now it's users. Even something so small as haha. So we have our administrator. Okay, so now we can add teams. Should be able to add some teams now. Should be able to add some teams. Okay. Let me do this. I'll be just a second. Just give me just 1 second. I'll be back just now. One second. Alright, sibuyile-ke. So sila manje. So we have the name. So we need to add a few members for our team, right? So that we can start scheduling when they can come to work. But 1 second. So 1 second, I just wanna close this. Just wanna check the score between Liverpool and that other team. I'm sure you're also interested to know Muhammadan. Bafana until I think it's 0-0. Niger.
Put me down. Now I'm getting back up.
So Liverpool.
Welcome back, Anfield under the lights. The first game of the.
Before Marty, we have copyright. There's a copyright infringement. Before Marty, there's a copyright infringement. Looks like Anzi. Masangana, I can't looking. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on now. It's 10 now. Wait, what's this go? Let's check this go. Oh, I need Liverpool away now. Okay. Oh, I see. I'll show it half time, but they're going back now. So, okay, cool. So Liverpool won, and then Bournemouth 0. Okay. So be it. Okay, so now let's see. Let's add a team member. I'm gonna do this. Actually, I don't need this anymore. So yeah, okay, this is what happens when you press that button. So to add a team, but let me refresh this again. That's before we go on. I just want to make sure it works fine. So we'll refresh it, and then let's see if it brings the team member. We see, okay, team members there. It's consistent, and it's one. There's no red errors, nothing. I would also have to remove that logging that we did earlier, because I don't wanna. So team utility 199, team utility 19. Remove that. I want that. I wanna see that. So console logging that. I wanna see it. Also shift types utility 117. Shift type utility. Remove that. Team manager 7. Team manager 7. Remove that. I don't wanna see that. Okay, I think that's fine. So see. Okay, we are good. Also 147. We must remove this. I just wanna don't wanna console log anything. I wanna see consoles that like this one initializing. So this one is just for me to see where the code is, where the code is running if it went to that point. So 147, 147, this one, 147, 147, 147, wait, it was 143, 143, okay, so this is happy now, should be happy, okay. So we will add team member name, call team member name, Mankunzini, Mankunzini, Mankunzi, 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 email address, Mankunzini, Mankunzini at blind.co.za. Okay, this email doesn't exist. You can make him an admin if you want it, but obviously I'm not gonna make him an admin for now. Mankunzini, Mankunzi. This should be Mankunzi. Yeah, Mankunzini, Mankunzi. It doesn't even matter, but this is something now. I have to fix it. Okay, so let's save. Let's see if saving gives us any red flags. Okay, it refreshes like that. Maybe I should figure out a way that so it doesn't have to do that. We don't need to refresh every time. We add a user. We just have to add the user and show the user. So add the user, show the user. That's it. Okay. And voila, we have Mankunzini. So we can change the color. Can make Mankunzini a dark purple if you wanted. Okay. And then the next one, I'm gonna add John Musa, that's my brother. John Musa. John Musa. Actually, I'm gonna say John Musa. And then John add to blind. .co.za. Okay, so this works, but now I wanted to look at, because now it refreshes after saving. So we have to now find out why that's happening. So so when we press it, it's gonna go add the user. Now we need to, I wanna close this, we're gonna have to retype that. It should be here. Here, team manager. In team manager, right? team utility. No, it's in team manager. So it will come here. We're adding the user, and then that button that we click, that save button, that's the one that tells us where we're going. So when we click that add, yeah, this is where when we click this add team member, we get that pop-up. So we need to find where that pop-up is. So add team member. It is saying add team member. Add team member. Yeah, add team member. Yes, this is the pop-up. This is definitely the pop-up. So, because when we say add team member, yes. So that's the pop-up. So this function is this window that we see. This window, we can move this window around also, that we see here. So that there, we want this button, because when you press this button, it's going to refresh the page. We don't want to refresh the page. Let me show you what we don't want. So you're gonna go John, right? We're gonna go again, John Musa. John blind. Don't see over there. So now we try to save it, right? So save it, and this guy's gonna refresh the whole thing. I don't wanna do that. I wanna go back to this clock and wait for everything. And then yes, we're gonna have John, and we're gonna change John's color, make him kind of orange but a little bit dark. Now we don't want that. We don't want this to refresh. So let's look for that button that triggers the refresh. So we have the close button, which is fine, and then let me see, change the give you, okay, you can see shit. Okay, if I do that, okay, but still it's alright. So that's the close button. The save button, okay, it's not save, it's add. So it's this button right here. So this button was created, so document create button, and then Safari save, which is this here, which is that save there, this save there. For now, if you see, we find, so what happens when we click this? So we go here, event listener, the button event listener, click. So clicking it will do all of this. But now, where does it refresh the page? So it will go down, and then it will go down, and then call this function. So this function is where we send the name of the guy, last name, email, role, the guy that we are trying to add. So we have entered all of this, and then now we are sending it and saving it in the database in the back end there. So now we need to find this function. This is the function that actually calls the page that saves it. So this function will now call insert new member in the database. So when we come back from this, it will insert new member, come back. This is okay. That's fine. And then this is where we do it. So window location reload. So we are reloading. The page. So we don't want to do this. So we will remove this now. Should actually just comment this out. We will remove this. Instead of reloading the whole page, we will just call the function that populates the user. So this one here. But before we call this one, we have to or we actually don't need to call this one. We have to call the one before this one, the one that gets the data, because we need to get the data and bring the data back here. So we're gonna call this function. So let's find out where this function is, and then we'll find the function. Where is it? Where are you? There you go. There you are. So this function, this is our function. So this function is the one. Whoa, no, this is not the function. We need to find the function. No, we need to find where we call the function. That's the function, but now when are we calling it? So we're calling this function here when we say load teams. So this is where we call this add team member function. So this is the function that we do, but now we also need to know how are we calling this function, where are we calling this function from. So I mean, I don't think we need to. We're calling this function from here, from after. Okay, I don't think we need to come here. So this is perfect. So we're just gonna call this function, because this function will go and fetch the data. So we'll run this. We'll run this object right here and fetch the data, fetch team members, and then it will then send the team members to that other function that actually populates the members. So here we are stopping this reload, and then we're just gonna call this. I don't know why it's not the whole word. Load teams, not load teams. Okay, so this should work now. So we need to refresh first. Right, I'm also tempted to actually clear cache a little bit so that we refresh. Ooh. Okay, so now we will add another user. So now who we can add? We're gonna add Lungile, my younger sister. So Lungile, was Hola, Lungile. Blind.co.za. Okay, so I'm gonna add in. So right now it should not refresh the whole thing. We will still see the clock. We should still see the clock because it will just show that something's loading, but it should not be as long as before. So as well. So press it to see the clock. We're back with Lungile. So I'm loading everybody. So that's another thing that you need to remember. But I also have to remove this when we add the member. So let's see. Let's find. Go back to the pop-up. So this pop-up, when we click this add member, we must remove the pop-up. So remove the pop-up. This is what we want to remove, plus the overlay. So just gonna put that here, actually there. That, so I'm just removing the pop-up so that we don't see the pop-up basically after clicking it. And then we also have to clear the table, because now the table is added Mankunzini, Sibusiso, John, Guy 2, and then Lungile. So we need to clear it and add them Gabusha. So you should not even see it. Would say I've actually cleared and added them. It should just do it. So go to where we do the team manager. Let me see. No, we're good. We're perfect. So we go to. Surely I can do that now. We go to here where we populate. So let's see. Yes, where we populate. So we need to find the whole table, the table body. This is the table body. So when we get here, our table body, we must just delete everything. So we're gonna go in our HTML, so the HTML, and we're gonna go put nothing there. So we're gonna put nothing in there. So now if we go back to here, I'm gonna refresh. So now when I refresh, obviously it's gonna clear everything because it's refreshing. But now when we add a new member, it should just work. Okay. Something's wrong. What happened? Okay, no, I think I have an idea what's happening. So that was the wrong place to do it. This was the wrong place to do it. I should not do it here. I'll remove that, because now it's trying to add the member, so it's actually clearing it every time. So when you refresh, it will put all the members but take them off. I mean, it won't take them off now that I've removed it. But okay, so we want to find who's calling this, because whoever's calling this has a for loop. Whoever's calling this has a for loop, or wherever we are calling this, there's a for loop there. So let's find it. So we are calling this function from here, but from a for loop. So yes, we're calling it from a for loop, so it keeps clearing. So now we need to clear our table here. On our table, not you, our table, this table, we need to clear that. So clear table. Come on, man. Clear table. There you go. So clear the table. Yay, 2-1. Liverpool 2. And Bournemouth was 1. 2-1. That's the score. Let me see. Oh. Really mad. Okay, no, that's not the goal. Made a corner. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go back. So 2-1 Liverpool 2. Bournemouth 1. We're at 67 minutes. Okay, so now we've done it. We're clearing the table before we have to load it. So this should work fine right now. But let us now add a new member. Oh, we must make Lungi the the pink, right? For Ugel. When the pink Ugel. Ugel have a pink. Okay. So that's our member. Sbusiso, I actually want Sbusiso to be green. Okay. And then Mogunzini can make him really dark purple. Yeah. Cool. And then John, maybe a little bright. Yeah. Okay. So now let us add another member. So we'll add another member. So we're adding Pendulo this time. Pendulo. Trevor. Okay. Trevor Palazzo, or is it E? Trevor. Okay, Pendulo Trevor. So the email is gonna be pendulo blind .co.za. Okay, so now we just have to it will not reload everything, yes, and it will not now add these people all over again. It will add one user now, so we only see one user added there. So, and then I guess it's gonna refresh, but we're still waiting for Pendulo to come through. False message, invalid email. Ah, shit. I thought that was .co.za. Okay, so it didn't save him. There was something wrong with that. Invalid email. Let's see. Maybe I should also log errors, put them here. So don't remove this if there's an error. Just put the error somewhere in there. That's one thing I can do. Okay, let's go Pendulo. Trevor. Pendulo. Oh, it's actually at, I think I said .ublind. Actually, I know I wanted to show that, but maybe we need to figure out, we need to now put the error on this so we can redo it again. What do you think? Should we do that? Should we do that? Okay, now let's put an email now and then we'll add a new user with the wrong email so that we have the error, so we can put the error in our faces, so to tell you this is what's wrong. So like when you didn't, so if you don't feel anything, it will tell you there's an error, right? So now if you type in the wrong email, it should do the same thing, because it went and came back. So we don't want it to do that. We want it to tell us something is wrong. Pendulo at blind. .co.za. Okay. So so this one should just add. I mean, it will redo the users, but with now Pendulo as well. So Pendulo's there, so we can see Pendulo. What color should we do Pendulo? Tell me. Fagala, put my comment. Tell me what color he should go by. Should it be like dark blue, like blue, dark blue, or the blue that I had, or like sky blue? Which color? Or do you want him to go like red? Okay, we're gonna go with blue. Okay, so it's gonna be blue. Okay, so we have Pendulo now, and it seems that works, but now we need the error thing. So this error, no problem. So if we type in a name here, and then this should still give you an error. You type in the last name. This should also still give you an error, shouldn't allow you to go. So now when you type in a wrong email, so name dot last name, on last name, it will go and come back with an error. So we need, okay, so nothing happened. What the hell? To figure out why that happened. Okay, name, last name, dot it was still going, but yes, it came with this error, so we want this error here. Okay, so we want this error that we see down here in red. So let's see what happens. Actually, let's recreate the other error that we had. So this is how we're gonna know where to put it, because now we need to find that spot. We need to find that place where we take errors and put them in the thing. So yeah, this is what happens. So it's either an email thing, but still, if there's an error after the back end, after we've sent it, tried to save it in the database, we should, when we come back, we should still tell you, yeah, there's something wrong, you need to redo this. So here, yeah, here it does check your name and figures out what whatever, and then returns. I mean, I could also try and do it here by JavaScript. So let's say if I do this, the AI should figure out what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna say check for valid email, and then it will then this, and then if test email is that, then type in that, and then that's it. So it takes this and tries to find, basically it's just looking for at and a dot, and then if there's an at and a dot, then yes, it's an email. But if you don't have this, it will now tell us your email is not valid, and that is what we want. Okay, so here we go. I'm refreshing because now I need to I need those changes to take over. Okay, so oh yes, we still want to type the name wrong, the email wrong. Name, last name, name dot email dot co dot za. Okay, so now when you do this, it will tell you there's something wrong, but I still needed to go to the back end when it comes back with an error to tell us. So we still have to do that. So, and then we have to try and make up an error somewhere. So this will go. So yeah, so it will do all of this. Check the name, check all of that, and then send to this. When we get there, we'll then send it to the back end, and then so basically we want, because we were removing this here, but we no longer want to remove this here. We want, wait, not there, that's the wrong place. We no longer want to remove the pop-up because we want to make sure the pop-up stays there. If there's an error, then it will write it down. So when we now go to here, okay, we're gonna send this, go back, come back. When it comes back with an error, it has to tell us, right? So we will say let's start here. So data comes back with nothing. Just gonna say return. So if data comes back with nothing, we have to actually here. This is where, what the hell? Why are we returning? Why are we returning this? Anyway, maybe we need to check why we're returning it. We don't need to return it. Is there somewhere where we call it and we want something back? No. So we don't have to return this. We don't have to return anything. You don't have to, just have to just let it hang. We don't have to, oh, this return is fine because we don't want it to keep going. But this one was useless. But we still want that data. We want to use it. So if user not found, which is something, Oh, this doesn't make sense. So let's make this error. If we have an error here, then something is wrong. Could not insert. Let's just say team member not edit. Yes, so team member not edit, but we also want to put that on our thing. So we're gonna go, so first thing is first, we wanna we still have we don't want to remove it, we want to remove it down here. So we remove those down here, but we still need to initialize them, the pop-ups. So the pop-up should be up here, so we just need to find that. That's our pop-up, and we also need to find the overlay. I don't think the overlay is working, but we need to find it. So up here we just edit there. So we're gonna go const, so we're just adding the overlay, and then we query select. So we're gonna go document dot query selector overlay wrapper, and then the other one is the pop-up. That's it. So we want this pop-up, close that. We want this pop-up, should show up there. We want the team member pop-up so that we can remove it when we need to, which is here when there's no error. But if there's an error, we want to, now we want this, we want that, we want this. So if there's a problem, we want this p error. So basically what I'm doing, I'm now finding p error, which we know is here, right? It's here somewhere. So it's this here, and we want to add whatever we want to add. So p error, and then we go down. If there is an error, so now we come here where we're checking for errors. So if there is an error, we want to add text content, and then we add the error. We don't need to do that. Then we add the error. So, but usually there should be message. That is what you want to add. So it will come back with message. But I also want to see what's happening in this file. This insert new team member.php. We need to know what is happening there. What are we getting back? Insert new team member. This is include team. So the team insert new team member. What are we sending back? So we do the insert, right? So update, insert, doesn't matter, but basically success is either true or false. Okay, so that is what happens. If there's a problem, success will be false. So it's not this, it's that. So if this is false, this exclamation mark means sometimes it's not there or it's false, then it will bring that. So we could easily test it by just returning it without doing anything. So we're gonna say you come in, so I'm not checking for anything, I'm just gonna do return. So message will be just gonna say testing error handling, right? Let's just do it with handling, testing error handling. So we should see this when we come back. Okay, so now if we type name, so this won't be saved obviously, last name and then name at, so now we need the email to be correct, so the email must be correct this time. I mean, it's not like it's a real email, but at least it must be something before at and then your domain name, which is could be like our name or blind.co.za. So blind.co.za. So now if we try to save this, it should come back and give us an error, and it should not refresh this. But I think I did not refresh, so it doesn't know about the changes that were made. So we need to refresh the page so that our changes are taken. Changes are taken. So there's we are actually checking for errors. Like you can see, we check for empty email, if the email is correct, all of this. If this is not inserted, we check for all of that. So if there's anything, it will come back with an error and tell us yes, something's wrong, whatever. So so member already exists and reactivated, that's all right. As for me to know, so now we have the error handling correct, so everything that happens on the other side, the user will be able to see that the user was not added, and and then something's wrong. So I don't know if we should stop here or continue tomorrow. Okay, basically after this, so we've added a team. Firstly, we made sure the user is correct, the user is coming through, we have a user, a new user. So our user is happy, is logged in. Our user has a team, created a team, and our user is an administrator of the team. So, and you can always add someone else. When as the administrator, you can add, you can actually make somebody else an administrator and then remove them from being administrators. But then you cannot remove yourself as an administrator. You cannot do that. Otherwise, you will have to delete the team. So I don't know, maybe just tell me what do you think about that, because maybe we should change it where if you make somebody else an administrator, then you can remove yourself as one. I don't know. But I made it so that you cannot remove yourself as an administrator. Or no, somebody else can remove you as an administrator because you created the team. It's your team. Unless you delete the team, then obviously now there's no team, and then everything will just go poof, and everything is everything. And then now, okay, so we have a user, we have a team. Now we need shifts, so we need to start scheduling. We need to start scheduling shifts right now, because now this is our shift table. Our shift table has no shifts, so you can decide what you want to call your shifts. So if I say I'm adding a shift, right? So you should be able to type on here. So we have a morning shift, but you can call it anything you want, as long as you know it's the shift that somebody is going to be doing in the morning, you know. So morning shift, right? You can just say morning or more, morning shift, and then when does it start, when does it end. So let's say your shift starts at like let's say 7 a.m. and then it ends at 4 p.m. Yeah, so that gives us 21 hours. Something is wrong. Oh, 4 p.m. needs to be 1600. Then 9 hours, yes. So it's anyway, we're gonna fix that. But yes, 900. And then you can describe the shift. So this shift is for morning people. Okay, I don't think that landed. Like morning person, somebody who likes waking up in the morning. So for morning people, how do you write people? Was it EOPLE? People. Okay. So it can be anything. You're just describing what the shift is. You don't even have to describe it. Maybe I should check that. I should check if you can't describe it. And then you can obviously also color the shift, so you'll see why the shift also needs to be colored. So I guess morning can be like blue, right? Because it's morning. So morning, then you add the shift. And then we have an error. So now we need to figure out why that's happening and fix it. So I tried to add, there's an error, so now we need to fix that error so we can do this. So it wasn't added obviously because we have an error, so we have to figure that out. Okay, so hey, 4-2 Liverpool 4, and Bournemouth 2. They scored 2, so 4-2. Hey, I yagijima le game. 4-2 now. Liverpool 4. Damn. Yes. I feel sad ukuthi bengayibukeli manje ngoba manje gijinywa. Hey, full time. Phelele umdlalo. Damn. Hey, Maybe we should do something for Pirates the Sundowns exercise and watch it. Like I won't show it, but I'll watch it and maybe react. See react. I'll so for the lampendulo, see react and I. But yeah, hey, 4-2. Yeah, okay, 4-2. That's it. Okay. 1 second. I will be back. Alright, we're back. Alright, so now what I will do, I'll figure out what the problem is, right? Because we added something and then it didn't add because it was giving us an error. So now we need to figure out what the one, why do we have an error here? Let me remove that because now when you click, let's remove the, so I made it so that I can click somewhere and it must tell me what HTML element that is. On the heartbeat here I have this click, so this event listener, so that when I click somewhere it must tell me the target, tell me what I'm clicking so that I can know and then maybe figure out when there's an error. But I'm gonna take that off because right now it is just filling up the console. So it's filling up the console. So now I click, nothing happens. Good, that's what I want. So let's add something. So add something. So add something. And then let's see what the error is. So error uncaught insert value list does not match column list. Okay, so it's just syntax in the, I have to find shift type utility, we add it here, shift type utility. Okay, let's remove some of this. Shift type utility, Shift type utility is this one. So shift type utility. It's telling us in 56 the line clear that. You have these buttons. So these buttons, this is where you now add shifts. So you can use this to add a shift. So you can go here, click this, and then say Monday to whenever, and this is this week, right? So we will go from this Monday. So we want okay, maybe we don't work Saturday and Sundays, but because we work throughout the clock, I think we also work Saturday and Sunday. So from Monday to Sunday, I want this shift. So now that we've added members and we've added shifts, when you click on member, you will see your members drop down. So you have to select from there. So now select the member that you want to add this shift for, and then when you click here, you will see the shifts that you've added on the shift page where we were managing on the shift management page. Now you want to see that here and you edit. So now if you click save, we probably should not see an error, but if there's an error, we're gonna fix it. So now it's gonna go from 11 Monday to Sunday the 17th. So save. So okay, it's doing the refreshing thing again, so I have to fix that tomorrow. So now adding shifts, must not refresh. I must fix that, the refreshing. But anyway, you can see now Mangunzini is added to the shift. So Monday to whenever. So this is when we were doing it from there. So if we do it from here, from down here, if you click this, it will give you more options. You can copy from last week, which we don't have a last week because this is the new team, right? So last week was empty. You can select from preset, which we don't have presets because we haven't added presets. And then you can auto generate. So you can auto generate, which means it will look at all the members that are there and assign them shifts and days of this week, especially this view, because this view we are here from the 11th to the 17th. So this view, so it will allocate a shift for all your members or all your employees if you just generate. Even generate has okay, yes, so it will do it now. So it will auto generate and populate, and also refreshes as well. So I must also fix that. I don't want it to refresh. I want it to go do it, come back and add. Okay, so now we have our shift. So this week, this is what's happening. So we have a shift. So this here, if you go to the next week, so this is how you navigate between the weeks. So if you go to the next week, so we're going to next week now, 18 August, Monday to 24 Sunday. We can go here and say copy from last week, which means it will take those shifts that we just created last week to this week, exactly as they are, right? So those were auto populated, but now we brought them here. And then you can move the shifts around. So you can move this person here, you can move this one here, and then you can move you can actually move them around if you wanted, and move somebody else there, and then take the blue guy and put them there. And also you can delete a shift as well. So you should be able to also do that. So if you don't want two people on here doing the same, actually, yeah, we could just remove this, because now you have two people in one day doing two different shifts or something. You have this guy doing two shifts, so you don't, it doesn't make sense. So you can just delete one. You have to enable for delete one. Come here. Once this is on here, anything that you click is going to be deleted. Anything that you click, if you click something, will be deleted. So that's how it works. And then you have to cancel that so that you are not you are not deleting. You understand? So yes, and you should be able to copy, which will activate the copying, which means when you, wherever you click, I mean, you have to click on the cell, not the person. So wherever cell you click, you are adding that shift person. So you are adding a person on that shift. So as well. So now we have this. So we have that. We have the shifts. So now we started adding shifts. Now there's different views to this. We don't have Monday, so let's move some of these shifts to Monday. We have two shifts here. Let's move it there. Yeah. So we want some people to do the graveyard shift. It looks like no one wants to do it. People don't want to do the graveyard shift. There's two of them here. Okay. So you can, we now have added shifts. We can see the people are allocated shifts as well. There's different views to this, right? So maybe before I go there, if we go back here, we can save this as a preset. So what we've done here, all the edits that we've done, they're moving around and allocating shifts to different people. We can save it as, let's say, week 1. So this is now a preset that can be added on another week. So if I were to go to next week there's nothing, right? We don't have shifts here. We should be able now to go here and select shift. Maybe I should move it down here where you can select the shift. But anyway, select preset. You can just click this and this will bring you presets. So if there was more presets, it would have brought them. So you see the preset. If you click here, so this, you can't manipulate this, you just have to click on it to select the preset. So now this week now has this shifts. So if you go to the previous week, you'll see the same thing. You go to the previous week, you see something different, because there we have a different combination and allocation of shifts. So this is one view. So if we were to go here, this is like a spreadsheet. This will now show you like an never-ending scroll of shifts. You can go up to 2030 scrolling down. You can't go up. You can scroll up. You're gonna have to come here to the calendar, go to January if you want to go back to January and select the 1st of January, and then start from that date and then going down. But then once you are here, you can scroll down and look at everybody. So this is the other view. So this is like a spreadsheet view, and then this is like, I call it the employee view. So you see the employees and the shifts for the employees, right? So this is February, so this is not the week where we've put the shifts, but to cut to if you wanted to go to this week, if you wanted to come to this week, the week that we've actually put some shifts and allocated shifts to employees, you just click this week. You want to go to this week, and it will come to this week, and you'll see all the shifts that we've added there. Okay, and then like I said, there's different views to this. So this is just the employee view, right? So we have the actual week view. So if we come here, this is a week view. So in this view, you see the shifts